The first things we need to set up are the company details and the branch locations. The company settings is where you can save the details of your company, like the name, address, logo, and so on. The location settings, meanwhile, is for saving the different branch locations of your business. Then we need to set up the banks. To record the banks that you transact with, use the bank settings. These banks will be mainly used to track which bank a check payment was written for. Once you have set up the company and location settings, you need to create your references in the Reference Settings module before you can record transactions. You can create multiple references for each module if you want. The reference code and name will be all up to you. These references are linked to transactions through the module you select. Now let's add new system users. You can do so in the user settings. This is where you can record people who you want to have access to the system. These users could either be an administrator, a supervisor, or an employee, which you can set in the user type field. By default, employee user types can only save transactions and view and print reports. Supervisors can do the same things as employees, plus they have access to edit and delete functions. Administrators are the same as supervisors, with the only difference being that they have access to admin modules. You can change the access for each user later on. When you click on a certain user from the list, you can see the different buttons for each row. These buttons will only appear for users who are not administrators, because admins cannot edit other admins, unless you are using the super admin account. If you want to edit a user, you can click on this button and that person's details will automatically fill up the form. You can make any necessary changes and hit save. Clicking reset will not delete that user's information. It will simply clear all the fields so you can immediately record a new user. If you want to change a user's password, click the lock button. If you want a user to only have access to certain branches, click this button and choose which locations the user can log into. These locations can be saved in the location settings. If you want to limit or add what a user can do, click this button and set it from there. Finally, if you want to delete a user, click the little delete button and that user will be removed from the system. But if you want to simply revoke a user's access to the system, then simply change their status to inactive and they will be unable to log in.